Alright, hey, what's up, y'all? So I did want to come to y'all real quick to kind of talk about my experience last night with the Gateway tapes. So this is what I did to get myself prepared. I did do one earlier today, which I had posted earlier. Um, I don't think I really went into depth about that one, but yeah, the one I had last night was a lot more profound, and I got a lot from it. And then I'm still thinking back on it, and it's like I went to some place with my other or my awareness, if that makes sense. Okay, so basically, this how it happened, right? So I started to lose sensations with my body. Hold up, but real quick, let's stop. Let's go back. So I did have a enhancing gummy, let's say that, which I feel like it puts me more into a relaxed state, so I can get there faster. You know, not saying I can't do it without it, because I can. Because like I said, I did it at work earlier on my lunch break, and I got, I still got some things out of it. Um, yeah, but I'm not gonna go deep into the things that I saw in there because I feel like that's really personal. But I will tell y'all like one of my experience that really doesn't have anything to do with I guess deep things that I've learned about myself and just my life in general. All right, so at one point it felt like I was laying on the table, but it wasn't a table because there was nothing under me. I guess that's just the way my awareness perceived it. Okay, so it was like I was laying down on the table looking up at something. And it was like I was leaning back on the table and somebody had me by the legs. Um, not bad, or not any negativity at all. It was just kind of happening to me. So after that, it felt like I kind of went back leveled. So at first I was like this, with my head being my elbow and my feet, my fingertips being my feet. At first I was like this, and it was like somebody was holding me. I felt like it was maybe my higher self. That's what I got. That's what my intuition told me. And it was kind of like it was holding me, um, like this, and then I leveled back out after that, and then it was kind of like I was like moving all around like this, like, if that makes sense. I know, like, if you've never had this happen to you before, if you never experienced this, you probably like, what is he talking about? But yeah, because like at one point I lost all sensations of my body, right? And then it was like I was in two places at once, right? So that in itself is fucking crazy. Cause like, how are you in two places at once? Okay, okay. Let me try to get y'all to picture this. All right. So at one point, I was really aware of being in this space, meaning like I left my body, I shot out somewhere, and now I'm awareness at this specific place. Okay. Um, there really was nothing around. Like, there was no. Okay, so think of like space without any stars or anything like that, just like a void, right? Think that, but things are happening in that space, and it feels like a place that you're going to. Like, it feels like I arrived at, some type of house or something, but it wasn't. It was like the black space. I wouldn't even necessarily say black because it wasn't. But that space that I went to was an actual space. I felt like I had three guys there. Three of my guys were there. I don't know if that's all of them, but I distinctly felt one was a male and one was a female energies. Um, and then after I did that, let me tell you about how the separation felt of being two places at once. So it was like I was aware of the place that I was at. Okay. But then while I was aware of that, I also was aware of my body. But there was like a distinct feeling of separation in between the two. So like I would still check in on my body, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm back in my body. It was like I could go to specific parts of my body. So what I mean by that is basically just I'm over here, right? And this is me experiencing everything with my awareness. But then I also had another feeling of, okay, yes, my body is back there though. And when I went back, I could go back and forth in between without leaving where I was at in my awareness space here, you know, with my higher self and everything happening over here. But then it was like, okay, yes, but my body is like back here somewhere. And when I went to check in with my body, it would be certain things. So what I mean by that is, okay, I'm checking in with my body and I feel it breathing, but it's like I only feel my mouth. I didn't feel my face or anything, and I felt like the breath coming out of my mouth, and that's all I felt. I didn't feel my whole body, and it was like the awareness of just me breathing in my mouth, you know. That's it, you know, just the dryness of my tongue or whatever, and that's all I could feel. But then it was like I was having two things happen at once, because it was like, yes, I could go check on that, but then I'm still having this experience over here too. So it was just really crazy. So I believe this is the 5th tape. So I did Focus 10, tape number 1, tape number 2, and then I did tape number 3, and then I think I did tape number 4. Yeah, so I did 1 day, 2 one day, and then I just did 2 back to back yesterday. Or not back to back, I did 1 at lunch, around 1 o'clock, between 1 to 2, or 1:30 to 2 is when I did my intro to Focus 12. And then the second part is I did Advanced Focus 12, so it taken me to push out my awareness and ask a question. And the crazy thing about it is I actually did get an answer back to my question. I didn't think that it was going to happen, but it was like, at one point it was like something was not necessarily like screaming at me or like holding me down, but it was like, hey, this is what's happening. This is what you need to do. And it was like very in your face, like, do this, you know, like, but not in a hostile way. It wasn't like, do. It was like, hey, this needs to be done, but like with no hostility, if that makes sense. I was interpreting it as, you know, someone screaming, but it wasn't like they were actually screaming or putting out that energy of anger. It was like, hey, like this just needs to happen. But I also got the feeling of, you know, basically just live your life and stuff like that. And basically, yeah, that's it. That's all I want to share as far as like experience goes. And you know what I had happened to me on my experience, without going too far into detail about, you know, what I asked for and all of these things. But yeah, that's Focus 12. I've already did Focus 10. Focus 10 kind of felt like I was floating. Focus 12 is like I'm pushing out that awareness through space. Not even necessarily space. I'm pushing it out, and I'm feeling the process of it going out in all directions. And then it's just kind of like I arrive to whichever space that I'm going to, or if someone intervenes or comes to talk to me, then yes, it's like bam, I stop. So it's like, oh, okay, it's something over here. There really is no, okay, I'm going straight, or I'm going right, or I'm going left, or I'm going back. It's like, for me, it's like, okay, I'm shooting out my awareness and boom, I'm there. Like I'm just wherever I decide to, something or some type of energy decides to interact with me. If that makes sense. At one point when when Robert said to come back to your body, and it did feel like, okay, I was coming back. And when I was like 12, it was like, boom, okay, we got to go back. And then I said 11, it's like, you know, we kind of, that's when I felt the effect of, okay, we're coming back. But then also, that's really no space. Like, it's really like not you're coming back in a specific direction. It's just like, you know, mentally that you're going back. yeah, so that's basically my experience so far with Focus 12. I'm really interested to see how far this could go, because I'm still thinking about, what happened last night, and that's as real as you can get. Um, Man, just, sitting back and thinking about it. Um, I didn't necessarily get any vibrations, but I did get to the point where it felt like my body was moving all over the place, but not my physical body, my spirit, if that makes sense. It was kind of like, it was like, I don't know how to explain it, because like there really isn't anything to explain it, like, besides the way I kind of did. It was just kind of like I was moving around, like, and I think my brain interpreted it as just like, now this would be me, right? And then just like, that's how I was moving around, just all kind of all over the place. So yeah, that's my experience of Advanced Focus 12, where I asked my higher self a question, and I got back an answer. My guides were there. I was receiving vivid imagery. Like, I'm like, hey, like, there's no mistake on what I see right there. Like, at all. Like, when you see those images, or things popping up, there is no, oh, I might see something, or I might see, no, it's like, bam, in your face. Like, this is what you are seeing, point blank, period. It's not like, oh, I'm thinking I see this. Like, no, it's in your face. It's like, maybe some things are happening back here, but then every once in a while you'll get that just kind of like there, like, okay, yep, I'm right here, versus like, okay, it's happening like here for me. Now the camera would be your awareness, right? And it's like, okay, yeah, sometimes you have some things happening back here, but then it's like sometimes it gets right up in your face, and it's just like there. You like, not necessarily your face, right on your awareness. And just thinking about that too is crazy in itself, because what's the point of it getting so close up on you? Because I didn't feel any hostility or anything, so I don't feel like that it was hostile, or someone was trying to do bad things, or mess with me in a certain type of way, or mess with my spirit, or anything like that. It didn't feel anything like that at all. It was just kind of very matter of fact. Yeah, just very, very matter of fact about it. About the stuff that was happening. And it wasn't like anything bad, or I felt bad, or entities were trying to attack me or anything like that. None of that. I did have, stuff where, imagery popped up, vague imagery popped up of, maybe a scary monster on Earth or something. But then I'll immediately push that to the side, and like, yes, I'll acknowledge like, hey, I saw that, but then not allow myself to get pulled into it. So what I mean by that is allow myself to get pulled into it, meaning, oh, I see this crazy image. What if this happens? What if that happens? No, allow myself to see the image. Okay, your brain put that out to you, but no, we can keep moving past that, because we've already made a decision on what we're going to do. So then you keep doing the thing that it is that you were doing before you saw the image. Bring your awareness back to that, instead of letting your mind take itself off and cause thought loops that you don't even want to happen. So, yep, that's the end of my experience of Advanced Focus 12, where you send your awareness out to the universe and you ask your higher self a question, or God, or whoever it is that you want to ask this question to, and you will receive an answer back to you. You will receive an answer back. Just stick with it, because at first it wasn't like coming through strongly, but the more I stuck with it, the more it came to me more in a better way, like more vivid imagery, more kind of, this is what's happening, because like, you're not seeing it as a like through human eyes. It's kind of like you're feeling it through an awareness, you know. And it's like, I feel like, yes, like your brain still processes it through things that could happen on Earth to make sense of all of it, but that's not what's actually going on, you know. So yeah, I will catch y'all later on the next one. Peace.